A great permanent victory for rideshare drivers. Whether you're driving for Uber or Lyft, this is definitely a good news story. What up, folks? Once again, it is your boy Tim with another beautiful ride-sharing video. I say a permanent victory because, as always, once people get used to getting something, it is almost impossible to get it taken back. This story is titled, Uber drivers in Washington to be paid family medical leave benefits. Talking about the FMLA Act, Family Medical Leave Act. Now, this is in the state of Washington, where drivers are already getting paid about twice as much in terms of base fare than virtually every other damn market in America. I believe their drivers are making about $1.50 per mile. And now on top of that, they are now about to receive FMLA benefits. We're going to talk about how beautiful this is for rideshare drivers. Or as the Workers' Rights Union in Washington, Peter Kuehl, stated, today is a landmark in the fight for workers' rights. Shout out to them in the state of Washington. What the hell are they doing that we can't do over here? What are they doing out there? Because they are winning shit right and left. This is House Bill 1570. It has passed both chambers, the Congress and Senate, in the state of Washington, and it is expected to be signed by the governor. This will take place starting in July of 2024. This gives the drivers, if something happens, let's say, for instance, you have a heart attack or you feel sick or your grandmother needs care, you can take time off from driving, time off work, and still receive some income. Now, for all of us who were driving during the pandemic, we all know the minute that pandemic hit, every damn thing shut down. People were not traveling, going out to restaurants, going out to businesses, bars and clubs were closed. All of our income dried up. Many folks left the ride-sharing industry altogether. Many never returned at all. Under this bill, with FMLA in place, you could have still been receiving some sort of income, some sort of unemployment benefits. Now, a lot of us as independent contractors, and I'm going to exclude myself from this, but many of you folks out there, I'm sure some of you guys have heard, veteran drivers, if you're in this, feel free to state it in the comments, or at the very least, if you know somebody that's dealing with this, apply for those PPP loans, suggesting you own some sort of a business, or maybe lied and said you were hiring drivers and received some money. They're going after all of these people's ass. You're hearing folks getting charged right and left with receiving ill-gotten gains from the payment protection plan or whatever PPP stood for. So understand, if you receive some money for that, that may be featured in a different video. But the Biden administration signed something about a few months ago that gave them 10 additional years in regards to the statute of limitation on how long they could pursue people that receive PPP funds illegally or fraudulently. So they have up to 2032 to come back and get your ass. So understand that for any of you rideshare drivers that were out of work during the pandemic, before this beautiful law in Washington kicked in, because nobody had it, if you received any funds and you didn't receive them properly, lied and said you had a business or something, the Biden administration passed legislation last year that gives the federal government, the IRS, up to 10 years to come back for you. So don't bitch if they come after you in 2030 or they try to arrest your ass in 2031 and say, well, the statute of limitations, that was a long time ago. The hell it wasn't. They're going to point to a law in 2022 that allows them to still come after your ass. Nevertheless, let's get back to the topic on hand. Drivers must no longer choose between caring for unwell loved ones and putting food on the table. Tell me this is not great. Now, they gave a story of a driver that did indeed have chest issues while driving. Turns out it was a heart attack, was told he could not drive anymore. And he points out how awesome this would have been for him at the time. And last but not least, just to add on to the beauty of how great this story is, the premiums for unemployment insurance, where we're talking about FMLA here, will be paid by Uber and Lyft. How the hell did they pull this off when most of us are driving around the damn country for 70 or 80 cents a mile? How the hell are they getting $1.50 a mile plus FMLA benefits? What the hell are they doing over there that we cannot do over here or here or here? Listen to these folks. How the hell are they doing this? What the hell's going on with their politicians and their unions that are allowing them to make all of these victories when we're losing season after season after season? What players are on their team? Do they even have a salary cap to be kicking ass like this? Shout out to the state of Washington. I'm very happy to see that, because any victory is a potential avenue for victories for us in other locations. Now, one footnote, hopefully there are no upcoming elections in that state before this takes place in July of next year, because behind the scenes, Uber and Lyft, particularly Uber, is trying to buy off any competing politicians that will stop this shit from taking place. This is a huge win. It just literally is like a light at the end of the tunnel that shows all of the other markets, if one state can do this, it can be done elsewhere. $1.50 base fare per mile, and now they're getting unemployment benefits. Tell me this is not a good story. It's your boy Tim. Subscribe to the damn channel. Now, I'll see you in the next video.